Hello to all, and Naman Berry here. So I am back with another video, and this time it's something different. So I'm going to be talking to you about one of the most discussed planes in modern day aviation. This plane recently started getting some news again over the last 2 weeks. So I'm going to be talking about the double-deck, long-range, twin-aisle, four-engine jumbo jet, not the Boeing 747, the Airbus A380. We all have seen this plane. It's the jewel of modern day aviation, of course. We all have seen this at airports, especially Singapore, Mumbai, Dubai. We've seen this at New York, in US, in London. There's a lot of airlines that operate them, especially the biggest one being Emirates. This plane will be turning 13 years old this year. And of course, to operate this plane, there are some special needs. First of all, the airline needs to be able to operate this to an airport which has special features like two-floor jetways or longer runways to allow bigger aircraft like that to land. It needs big enough services like immigrations, check-in counters, food services, security, so that it is able to manage so many people coming in the same aircraft. Of course, this is why tier 2 cities in a lot of countries are not able to get an A380 service because they just don't have an airport that's big enough. Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi both are tier 1 cities, but they do not get an A380 service because the airports are not upgraded. So of course, until 3 weeks before, the plane was seeing a very dark future. It basically had no future. That was because airlines are retiring this aircraft. Of course, it's a four-engine jumbo jet, so you need a lot of money to maintain it, and it's just not very efficient. So since it fills up around 500 people in a normal 3 to 4 class configuration. I'll be talking about configurations later on sometime in another video. So basically, they're unable to fill this plane enough because you need 500 to 600 people. You can use this on routes that are very, very profitable. For example, London to LA, London to New York, New York, Dubai, Dubai, Singapore. These are some major routes, but not everywhere can you operate this. The airlines are choosing the 787 Dreamliner and the 777X, which will be coming up soon, and the A350 over this because those planes have a much longer range and are two-engined. So that's why it's easier to maintain them. Of course, there's a higher chance of it being profitable because they're as wide, but then only 300 to 400 passengers, which means better chance of filling them up. That's why new, small, lower demand routes are coming up, where the demand is not so high to operate a huge aircraft, but then these efficient planes have made it possible to do so. Airlines have said that they would only consider buying the A380 if it was considered for NEO version. So the NEO stands for new engine option. So basically, Airbus would have to revamp, put in some new maybe sharklets or winglets. I'll be putting a link in the description where you can learn more about winglets. The new engine option is basically much more efficient engines, maybe a design change a little, more fuel capacity, more takeoff weight, landing weights. Those are some specifications of course, upgrading. And airlines have said that it could increase the efficiency and range of the aircraft by around 10%, which means, of course, it's more profitable for the airlines, and it guarantees a much higher sale compared to the current A380 model available. The Airbus did come up with the A380 Plus at the Dubai Air Show in 2017, December, but then not a lot of airlines were interested and nobody gave any orders. But, of course, the biggest change came 3 weeks back, which was by Emirates. We all have heard of Emirates or traveled or seen Emirates. They operate a huge fleet of A380s of around 101. And 41 more coming on the way. So of course they operate huge fleets of 777s and A380s. And and Airbus was considering if they could get another deal with Emirates, they would be able to save the aircraft from going out of production. So Emirates said that we are not interested, of course. So at one point, Airbus said in a statement that the A380 might need a revival at one point because in the future it might be the only option. That is because airport time slots are being filled up nowadays. A lot of new flights are coming in, new routes starting. A lot of new planes are coming. So new routes, new destinations are coming up. New airlines are starting up. So time slots at runways are being filled up, and Airbus has said that because the time slots are being filled up, you need more and more passengers traveling. So at one point, the A380 would be the only aircraft needed. So Airbus said in a statement, in a marketing statement, I would say, they said they will need this double-deck jumbo to add more seats. However, they will need it much. In a surprising turn of events, the chairman of Emirates Airlines placed an order of 20 more A380s with an option of buying 16 more later on. It was a $16 billion deal, and which has helped Airbus save the aircraft from going out of production. He said, and I quote, "We've made no secret of the fact that the A380 has been a success for the Emirates. Our customers love it, and we have been able to deploy it on different missions across the network." Emirates has really saved this jumbo jet from dying. Airbus has now approached British Airways with another offer. British Airways is also one of the airlines that operates a fleet along with Singapore. So what we know is Emirates has saved this aircraft for now, but we don't know how long this deal can save the aircraft for. The longest route that the Airbus A380 operates is from Dubai to Auckland, New Zealand, which is around a 17-hour flight by Emirates. But this is the second longest route in the world, the longest one being Doha to Auckland by Qatar, which is on a 777, which just beats the record by 300 kilometers. It's a very close competition. Of course, Emirates says that thanks to the A380, they've been able to introduce new first class. They have revamped their economy class. Emirates recently did so. Their launch. Emirates has been really able to innovate and come up with new classes and new traveling options for passengers, so that they have a lot of space. So on the upper deck, it's normally the business and first, and the lower deck being the economy. Of course, this aircraft can be more profitable if they started running all economy configuration, which would carry around 850 people. But of course, with so much weight, you wouldn't be able to easily take off and land at every other airport. So what do you think of the A380? Comment below if you have traveled in the A380 before and how your journey was. If you have any questions, suggestions, or new ideas for the next ones, please do comment below. Shout out to Ayush Prasad, Shrishti Pandey, Navya, and my guys Anne and Yohan. Of course, if you want to get a shout out like these people just did, hit the subscribe button down, and of course message me if you have subscribed, or comment below, and you might be in for the next lucky shout out. Till then, adios, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, goodbye, and namaste.